Hey Bulldogs, I'm Jessie, and I'm here with
Nurse Chapman.
Nurse Chapman. Okay, so we just have a few questions about COVID-19 at our school.
Okay.
Okay, so how is keeping our mask over our nose important?
Okay. So COVID-19 is a respiratory virus, so we can inhale it through the mouth and the nose. So our best protection and the best barrier that we can put up in this defense is our mask. Okay, so that's why we always say that you need to wear it above the nose. So how Jessie and I are both wearing ours, above the nose and below the chin. If we're wearing it below the nose, we might as well not even be wearing one.
Yes, okay. And then how is staying 6 feet apart important?
Okay, so there have been studies that have shown that if you were to cough, sneeze, or whatever, and all those little microscopic particles that are really kind of gross, that you can inhale if you're within 6 feet. Okay, if we're 6 feet apart, the likelihood of those traveling that far and then even making it through your mask is pretty unlikely. So our 6 feet apart and our mask on is our best defense.
Okay, and then our third question, how are we doing with COVID here at Bailey, unlike other schools in the district?
Ooh, okay, that's a good question. So I feel like, personally, when we look at all of the numbers, I feel like Bailey is doing a very, very good job. I cannot commend our staff and students any more than what they're already doing. Wearing the mask properly, washing our hands, staying 6 feet apart, staying behind the partitions like at lunch or in certain classrooms when you can't be 6 feet apart is what's really helping us to combat COVID here at Bailey Middle School. I would say, honestly, if somebody were to come through and swab Bailey Middle School, they're not going to find COVID here. The other thing that we're doing too to combat this in the schools as well, and I know that we're doing a very good job compared to some of the other schools, is we're really wiping down those desks. The desk in between each classroom, each class period. So the students are taking the wipes, making sure they're wiping down the desk completely, and that means the desktop and the chairs. Teachers are wiping down light switches and doorknobs that students are touching on a regular basis. And it's those types of surfaces where it can kind of sit for a little bit and then we can scratch our nose or whatever and ingest it at that point too. I think we're doing a really good job. I think comparatively to the other schools in the district, I think Bailey is kind of top notch right now at combating and keeping that at bay.
Yes, and our very last one is there anything else we need to know about COVID-19?
No, I mean, I think you're, like I've already said, so your biggest defense, even when y'all aren't here, a lot of times if we find a positive case, it's not because they contracted it here, it's because they contracted it outside of school, okay? So even at home, I'm not saying you have to wear your mask at home, but like when you're at Walmart or you're at CVS or you're at Target, like it's super important to still be cautious of those policies and procedures and wear the mask properly. Make sure you're sanitizing your hands or washing your hands if you can get to the bathroom and do that. And then again, even the little things like when you get in your car and kind of wiping your car doorknobs off in your home, you know, your door handles at home and your faucets at home and stuff like that. So, and then the 6 feet apart, if you can, when you're out in public and things like that, when you're not here.
Yes.
Makes
Thank you
sense?
so much. And that's